Good morning, my nerd herd. And since we have to wait a week before Sly Cooper, I decided to play some God of War in the meantime. Because you know what? I need a second series to go alongside Teen Titans.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned.
And I have been looking forward to playing these games for a long time. Plus, I already did the DLC for Ragnarok because I was in a rush to play that game. And I was like, well, I'm playing it, might as well record it.
Now there is no hope.
And Kratos cast himself from the highest mountain in all of Greece. After 10 years of suffering, 10 years of endless nightmares, it would finally come to an end. Death would be his escape from madness.
Not true, but okay.
But it had not always been this way.
Let's all be...
Kratos had once been a champion of the gods.
Because let's be fair, Kratos dying in a God of War game is like Sonic eating chili dogs. It's a normal occurrence. Ah, those good PS2 upscale to 3D, well not 3D, to HD. So I wanted to let you guys know for a fact that I'm playing the PS3 version of this that came with the collection. Also, I have every God of War game. I've had them all for a while now because, as I just mentioned, I have the collection that came with the PS3, and that included God of War 1 and 2. I also have the second collection for PS3, which involved the Origins game, so that includes Ghosts of Sparta and Chains of Olympus. And I have Ascension on PS3 on the disc. I have 3 on disc. And I obviously also have God of War 4 and I have Ragnarok on PS4 and 5. So eventually, probably after a few years, but we will get through every God of War game. But obviously, whoa, nice dodge. I have to remember that hitting the right stick makes me dodge, which means a lot of the camera angles in this game are fixed, like the old school Resident Evil games. And you know what? For the most part, that isn't a problem in this game, just because the camera angles tend to be wide-angle lenses and often zoomed out, so you get a good field of vision across the battlefield. I gotta remember, you gotta use R2 to interact with everything instead of the circle button. Oh yeah, and just like in Ragnarok, break everything you find. Because, you know, it can, more often than not, you'll get red orbs from it. But you could also get health or magic if you're lucky. But you only tend to get health or magic from enemies. Yeah, I'm just breaking everything I find. Because red orbs are kind of stingy in this game. Crap. Nope. Ah, okay, it got me that time. That's because I was trying to go for that combo in there. But there's no way to really die from this as long as you keep attacking, because every time you do enough damage, it drops health orbs. I do like this game, don't get me wrong. It's just not my favorite of the series, mainly because it doesn't have a lot of the features that the later games would have. Quick time event. This and Resident Evil 4 are the reason why quick time events became such a big thing in the 2000s. Okay. These balance beams can be tricky. You gotta pay attention to where Kratos' feet are, otherwise he will fall off. And I think that if he falls off like 3 times, and then, because if he falls, he has the opportunity to grab the ledge and pull himself back up. But after the 3rd pull-up, and if he falls again, I'm pretty sure that he loses his grip and he'll fall down. But thankfully, at least he can grab the ledge and pull himself up. Some games will just have you fall down automatically. And that just be the end of it.
Stay away! Stay away from me!
You asshole.
I know who you are, Spartan. I know what you've done. I would rather die than be saved by you.
You're gonna die anyway, because what happens when the ship sinks? You'll just drown. Okay, post in the comments, which would be worse? Drowning or getting eaten by a giant hydra? Both are terrible, but which one would be worse? For me? I have to think about that. Because drowning is terrible. Like, really terrible. This is from a person who swims a lot, and he sometimes likes to push his luck when it comes to breathing underwater. Drowning would be a horrible way to go. But I feel like getting torn apart by like a hydra will probably happen in like seconds. Drowning takes several minutes. So yeah, I probably have to go with getting eaten. I mean, drowning. I think drowning might be worse. At least with the hydra, you'll probably die quickly. Wait, can I just grab these things out the sky? Can't hit them. I was wondering when you were going to show up. Ow. You're going to pay for that. It is unfortunate that you don't get the Golden Fleece till the second game. So Kratos' parry is just that. He parries and then he gets the opportunity to immediately attack again. There is no real counter attack. You either block or you get a perfect block. I don't even know how to even call it a parry, since he technically doesn't fire back, since he doesn't technically attack back. Yeah. Whew. You gotta be fast with the circle button when it comes to mashing in this game. Because it feels like there's almost a resistance when you have to do those kind of attacks. Okay, there we go. So I can't jump over those. Dang it. I walked right into that one. Like a moron. Oh, okay. That's a kill. Idiot. Alright, now I can go for these. I know there are chests behind these doors. Yup. I've played this game several times since I was able to finally get them on PS3. Because I've told you guys my journey before where I've been wanting PlayStation consoles since I played Sly Cooper on my brother's original PS2. My older brother's. But, he wouldn't let me play it unless he was gone, so I really didn't get to play it much. But ever since then, I had wanted a PlayStation all on my own, and I kept asking my dad, and then he would get me Wii's and Xbox 360s, and I was like, okay, so clearly he's not getting the message, so I have to go get my own PlayStation. I got my PS2 in 2009, I want to say. I went to a Goodwill and I bought it myself. I got it for like 50 bucks. And it's still the same one I use to this day. And then, what else? And obviously the first thing I did was track down copies of Sly. I only had managed to get the third one for the longest time. I only actually have all 3 games on PS2 just recently. And by recently, I mean like 3 months ago? Otherwise, the only time I got to play them was on the PS3 collection, which came with my PS3. And again, that wasn't even it was a digital copy, it wasn't a physical one. Now I'm curious, was that game released physically? I'm sure it was, because Ratchet and Clank collection and the Jack and Daxter collection were released physically. I only asked because it was weird. I specifically got the PS3 collection that came with 500 gigabytes. Meaning I didn't have the PS2 compatibility, but hey, I already had a PS2, so what did it matter to me? And it came with 2 games. It came with Lego Batman 3, and it came with Sly Collection. Lego Batman 3 was physical, but my Sly Collection was not. I had to use the code that came with the game to download it. And I'm like, why is that the case? Why weren't both of them just physical copies? I never did understand that. Really? It's only been 10 minutes? I'm breezing through this.
It's you! The visions, they were real! The gods came to me, told me their champion
Nice
would come
dodge,
and rescue from the
Kratos.
Hydra. But you're too late! We're pinned down! These creatures, they came from nowhere. The ships are all destroyed. All hope is lost, Spartan. Even for you.
Oh, you should have just stayed in cover, man. You were perfectly fine where you were. Also, these archers have some great aim if they're able to hit me or hit anybody from all the way back here. See, look at that. Yeah, I gotta remember that there are save points that we have to worry about. Yeah, I played a little bit earlier, like 5 minutes, just to make sure everything was working right. Because apparently, guys, I am portraying Kratos accurately. He doesn't care about civilians in the early games. So it's perfectly justified to slaughter them. I know I sound heartless, but I'm just playing the Kratos' character at this point in time. Because I don't think I played this game for the first time until 2016, when I got my PS3 for the first time. Wait for it. Alright. Alright, I do need the box. Crap. I forgot. You have to just keep it alive, too. All right. Damn it. I hate that. I really hate that. Yes, I know how to use the box. You don't have to keep repeating the same tutorial. It's too bad I don't have my lightning bolt. Or my blade, not my blades. Or my bow and arrow to make this so much easier. There. Ooh. They are leading those shots too. Come on. No, don't hit the box. There we go. I just needed it close enough so I can make the jump. Wait, they fired into each other because they were directly behind the other guy. That's incredible. Too bad I can't rely on the arrows just to kill them. I have to do it myself. Otherwise, it'll probably take a minute for the arrows to do any damage. Alright. I don't have enough magic yet, so I'm gonna hold off. Okay, we're close. This is the door to the captain's quarters. And the sound things, this is where the women are trying to hide from the massacre. Wait, how do you go in there and lock yourselves in? I'm assuming the captain must have put them in there and then locked the door for some reason. Also, wasn't this a battle cruiser? Why are there women on board? Alright. I forgot what time period we're in. They were just there just to keep the men entertained. I almost never do the single square attack unless there's like a single enemy. I always do the sweeps. Because more often than not, there are multiple enemies. And if you keep spamming the sweep, they won't get the opportunity to chance, and they won't get the chance to attack you. Plus, it has really good range. Right. Make it even easier. One hit, and it's over. Ah! Ah! Leave my feet alone! Come here. That is so satisfying. Yeah, the only thing you can't do is grab below you, which is obvious. You should be able to kick them down, though. I love the idea that he grabs their ankles and just yanks them. Yeet! You want some too? You know, these balance boards wouldn't be nearly as bad if the camera angles weren't fixed. And I know that was a design decision because they decided to make the right analog stick your dodges. So unfortunately, when you're doing this, you have to rely on the camera. You have to use whatever camera angle they give you. They aren't super terrible. You got, like I said, you gotta pay attention to Kratos' feet and you should be fine. It's just awkward because sometimes he'll hover like above the ground. So you can't tell where his foot is landing until the camera moves. There we go. What the? Why did it do that? I was only at the edge. For some reason, he just fell off. I stopped moving the stick, too. That was so weird. Great. Alright, I'm gonna skip back to it just so you don't have to see this part again. Alright, we're back. It's been so long, I assumed that something was gonna happen if I was on that on that balance beam, but nothing did. For some reason, I got to the edge, and then Kratos decides to just walk off. And if that turned out to be my only death in this game, I'm gonna be angry, because that was some bull. Ah, yes, the Gorgon eyes. Can't forget about those. If I remember right, especially in the sequels, because there are multiple ways to get all the Gorgon eyes or all the feathers, because I think they limited the count on how many you needed in the later games. Oh, finally, my magic.
Lord Poseidon.
Kratos, before you reach Athens, there is a task you must complete. This beast, this Hydra, it has terrorized my seas for far too long. Your skills are admirable, but you will need assistance. You will need the power of the gods. Take this weapon, Kratos. Take this power and use it to defeat your enemies.
Sweet. Poseidon's range.
With the gods, Kratos. Go forth.
Sounds like I said range. I meant rage. Okay. Ah, sweet. Save point. Okay. I would have ended the video earlier at the other save point, but it would have been only like 10 minutes long. But this is a good length. I think we're about at 20 minutes in, so that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm not trying to rush through this. I'm trying to have a good time while waiting for Sly. But as always, I appreciate you guys sticking around. I appreciate all the comments. Let me know what other types of games you want me to play. Let me know how you feel about God of War. As always, I appreciate all the support. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you later. Peace.